Hey, what's up everybody? Today, I've got 5 cases for the iPhone 7 for you. These are wallet style cases, and some of them you've already seen on the channel, but we're going to go a little bit deeper. Now that the holidays are upon us, over the course of the next several days, I've got many cases to cover, not only for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, but Android devices as well. With the new year rapidly approaching, let's see where we can take this channel. Enan here from Droid Mania, and you're watching my top 5 wallet cases for the iPhone 7 review. And now that I've got that out of the way and set the tone for this video, let's do this. Now this first wallet style case you've already seen on the channel, plus this is a different color, and I like it, so I think it's worth another look here. This case is brought to us by Newell. It's handcrafted and made from a genuine leather, and what this means is that here there's some attention to detail. Before we go any further, let me just say, you guys know I don't get paid for these reviews, but if I like a case, I'm gonna bring it to you. And even when I don't, you'll still get to see them and hear my thoughts. Now I know what you're thinking, and yes, they're far and few in between, and that's because I try and weed out the cases that I think you guys might not like ahead of time. But when they're handcrafted and made from genuine leather like this one, I can't help but to talk about them. What I like about the vintage card slot by Newell is the way that this case feels in the hand. It has a really nice soft leather. It's got that hand stitching here, or at least the appearance of hand stitching, and I like that a lot. When it comes to actually installing the phone, that's pretty easy. You just snap it right in. As you can see here, it just goes right on with the snap. So that's one of the things that I really like about this case. I like that it's thin. It feels really nice in the hand, and that's a good thing. There's not really a lot of lay on the table support, so you're going to need a screen protector with this case. So just keep that in mind. I think I said that on the iPhone 6 Plus review that I did for this case. If you're going to be using it and you want to lay the phone down on the table like so, just make sure that you have a screen protector there, because there's not a lot of bezels here to hold on to or to actually protect the screen of your phone. The other thing that I mentioned about this case, and this one seems to have a little bit more protection, or at least it feels a little bit more sturdy along the bottom of your iPhone here around the lightning port and the speaker grill that's here. I think this one has just a little bit more protection. The corners protrude out here, so I think that's a good thing in terms of being able to sit the phone down on any surfaces. I probably, in terms of the card slots for this case, would only use one, since there's Apple Pay and things like that. I don't really need to carry anything with me except for my ID possibly, and maybe I wouldn't even have that in there. But you do have 2 card slots here in case you'd like to use those. So that's it for this case. So next up, we've got 2 card slot cases, and these are one's by VRS Design, one's by Spigen. These cases are very similar, which is why I'm showing them both to you at the same time. We're going to take a look at each of them individually. I'll tell you what I like about one versus the other and where they're similar and those types of things. So let's get into it. Now, if you want a wallet style case that's a bit more protective by nature, that's where the Spigen Thin Armor comes into play. This case is drop certified, it's beefed up at the top and the bottom, including the bezels. On the back of the case, as you can see here, there's a card slot. It does take some practice in getting used to, and you eventually get the hang of it. When this case is closed, your cards are held perfectly in place. This case works with Apple's accessories, and even protects the camera when laying flat. Along the bottom of the case, you've got nice spacious cutouts for your speaker grill and lightning port. Now, as I've already mentioned earlier, the slim armor and the Damn Glide are so close in terms of design that we can compare them now. The card slot on the Damn Glide is much easier to open. When it comes to the power, as well as the volume up and down buttons, you'll find that those are raised and a bit more prominent than the slim armor, and this, in my opinion, makes them a bit more satisfying to the click. In terms of getting to the mute switch, you'll find that the cutout is more spacious on the slim armor. But when it comes to size, however, it's the Damn Glide that is actually the thinner of the 2 cases, not adding a lot of bulk to your phone. They're both built having these slide out options here where you can store 2 to 3 cards, they say in here. I found that 3 works perfectly. It doesn't really increase the size of the case. In terms of the wallet functionality here, I can tell you that I like the VRS Design functionality better. It's got this glide or slide out functionality. I found that I could do that very easy with one hand. As long as the phone was in my left hand, I could do that very easily without any issue. Getting the cards out, there's a nice notch here on the side where you can actually lift. You can lift the card and slide that out. I found that to be pretty easy as well. So this case actually worked very nicely in terms of having cards that you can have multiple cards here inside your phone and just have one thing to carry with you when you're leaving. With the Spigen Slim Armor, what I like about this one is that it actually feels better in the hand than the VRS case. In terms of grippiness, I found this one to have a little bit more grip here along the sides and along the back. This matte-like feeling in the hand actually feels better, but when it comes to the wallet functionality, this is actually very stiff. I found that it wasn't easy to do it with one hand. You're probably going to need two because once it seals, it seals pretty tight. What I'm finding in terms of this wallet case is, one, not only is it a tight fitting wallet case, you're gonna have to use two hands. There's not that glide like the VRS design has. It's tight fitting here. I would say with this one, they also say 2 to 3 cards, but 2 is probably the optimal number here. And that's because when you're trying to close the door, it feels to me like it gets stuck. So you just want to make sure that if you're going to use this case, that you're probably going with 2 cards. So maybe one ID and a credit card or something like that in here.
What you talking about, Willis?
When it comes to the Folio Flip case by Newell, I like the fact that it dresses up my iPhone 7. As you can see here, this case is also thin, it has a really nice soft feeling in the hand, and it also protects your camera as well. With this case, there's no card slots here, however there is a magnetic closure to help keep the case closed. Along the bottom, the case is open so you're going to have easy access to your ports. And coming around to the left hand side, you know exactly where to place your finger for the volume up and down buttons. Up top, this case wraps around your iPhone, and on the right hand side your power button's left exposed. If you're looking for a wallet style case that's made from genuine leather for your iPhone 7, then this case may just be the one. Now this next case, you guys have also seen this on the channel as well. It's the Door Shell by Newell. It's back because of its kickstand functionality. Being a media junkie, for me, a case that has this remains a staple in my collection. With this case in the hand, you definitely feel the softness and the protection that it provides, and it's the only one here that you've got plenty of room to carry some cash. Personally, I usually don't carry any cash, but I'll point it out in case some of you need it. In terms of these 5 cases that we've seen today, I really think that any of them are a solid buy. It just really depends on what you're looking for. In terms of pricing today, Spigen's the lowest here, followed by VRS Design, and then you've got the genuine leather cases by Newell. So again, it depends on what you're looking for, what your price point is, how much you're willing to spend in terms of getting your wallet case. But I recommend these cases. Yeah, I like all of them for their own specific reasons, but for me, like I said, it's going to be the Folio Flip that I like the most. I like a thin case, it's got some protection here, plus it just looks good and feels good in the hand. Okay, so there you guys have it. What do you think of these 5 wallet style cases for the iPhone 7? Each of them brings something different to the table, providing different levels of functionality, style, and feelings in the hand. Even though a wallet style case may not be the daily driver for your iPhone 7, but there are times when you may need one. These cases provide choices and options, so there's potentially something for everyone. As you all have heard, yes, I've got my favorite out of the bunch, but I'll leave the links down below for each of them in case you're interested, so go and check them out. If you're new to the channel, now would be the time to go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content like this, and welcome to the channel. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.